Hi, my name is Vincent Pastore. Some of you remember me from The Sopranos on HBO, also on Broadway, Bullets Over Broadway, Chicago, and Queen for a Day. And I'm involved with the Renegade Theater Company, and we are co-producing one acts with Horse Trade Productions at the Crane Theater. We open March 29th for 8 performances, and I'm talking here with Rabbi Sol Solomon on Dave's Gone By UNC Radio.
Oh, buongiorno and shalom to you. This is your old pal, Rabbi Sol Solomon, here on the Dave's Gone By radio program of the air. Those of you who listen to me, I know there's one or two of you, know that I love music and I also love the theater. I've done a show myself, and so it's exciting for me to talk to actors and people who make theater. And one of those folks, this may surprise you, because you'll think of him, as a big actor, quite literally, on The Sopranos, and you've also seen him on a bunch of reality programs, but now Vincent Pastore is writing and directing theater off Broadway. He is part of what is called a Renegade, the night of one acts at the Crane Theater over on 2nd Avenue. He's got a play that he wrote and directed. He's directing another play. He'll tell us all about it. But let us welcome to the Daverhood, Vincent Pastore. Shalom, Vincent.
Hello. How do I address you? As the rabbi?
You can call me the Great Rabbi. How's that? Does that work for you?
The what?
The Great Rabbi.
Oh, the Great Rabbi.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, what's your first name? Sol?
Sol. Or you can call me Sol.
Can't address you as Sol.
Yeah, all right. For you.
Are you late for dinner?
There you go. And may I call you Vincent?
I'll call you the Great Sol Rabbi.
Oh, I love it.
Whatever.
May I call you...
Okay, fine. Okay, great. I'm glad you taking the time to talk to me about my one acts that are going up at the Crane Theater. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Now, may I call you either Vinny or Vinilla? How's that?
Call me Vincent. That's my name. That's my given name.
That is your name, Vincent Pastore.
Vincent.
Now, what was the first play that you ever wrote?
The first play I ever wrote actually is the play that's going up next week at the Crane. It's called Mama's Chair. It was a short play, and I produced it at the Crane Theater back in '94. And then I wrote a full-length play called Crazy Horse, and sometimes I called it Wild Children, and now it's back to Crazy Horse. And we put that play up in Nyack and then up at the Drilling Company on 78th Street. And now I'm back to putting the one act up again because I'll get a whole new audience because it's, 10 years later. Oh, it's 20 years later.
Since '94, yeah, and people now know you.
20 years later.
I know. The time goes. It does. Well, you can do anything that you want with your life, thanks to The Sopranos. Why are you doing essentially off Broadway one-act plays?
Because I have the opportunity to let people come see plays that I wrote and plays that my friends wrote, to see the actors that are part of our acting company, Renegade Theater Company, on stage in a wonderful venue. When I started off acting, I used to work down at the Crane a lot, so it's kind of going back home.
Oh. Now, tell us also about this first play that you wrote that they're doing in this festival, Mama's Chair. Is it about a mama and a chair as well?
Well, the play is called Mama's Chair, because it's not so much about the chair, it's about the confrontation between a father and a son over the loss of the mother.
Oh.
And the chair is a very symbolic piece of furniture that's addressed during the play about the chair.
We should also mention that you've written that play, you're directing it again after 20 years. You're also directing...
No, I never directed it before. Alice Jankel directed it the first time at the Crane. This is the first time I'm directing it.
Having seen your play done 20 years ago and watched it probably 24 times in rehearsal and in production, are you doing anything the same? Are you deliberately doing something different?
Production. I mean, what I was able to explore was the use of the words. I didn't change hardly anything, just a few lines here and there. But I was able to obtain wonderful actors from the Renegade Acting Company, the theater company. Myself and Maureen Van Zandt are the founders of the Renegade, and I was able to bring on stage some wonderful actors, Alessandro Colo, Artie Pasquale, to play father and son. They're bringing out a performance that it's hard for me to watch, no less direct, because it's almost a semi-autobiography about what happened between me and my father after my mother's death. But what I love is that I have wonderful actors, and the experience is fulfilling.
Well, can I ask, when your mom passed away, did that make you split a little with your father, or did you get closer, or a little of both?
Well, I think you should come see the play.
Well, I'm in Colorado. I personally cannot see but the people listening, of course, they'll come to the Crane Theater to see your show.
Yeah, I don't need to discuss that, because, see, a lot of people, when they come see the play, they will say, oh, that's Vinny and his father, but some people won't. I mean, we're not getting up there and saying, hi, this is Vinny's autobiography. The character's name is Frank and Dominic.
Okay. I mean, I know it's not
It's like the way O'Neill wrote, you know?
But
we always said that's his family, but he never said it was his family.
That's fair. But was it cathartic for you to write and finish the play 20 years ago?
Yeah, well, actually, I wrote this play in one night, unlike my work on Crazy Horse, which I've been developing over 10 years.
Wow.
One of the great experiences about writing a one act is that you could flesh it all out in one writing, you know, in one sitting. You know, it's what's running through your mind, and then when you put it up and you see actors perform it, it's like a short film. You kind of get the message across.
That's kind of the difference between people who write maybe a short story and a novel. A short story, you just, boom, you sit down, you do it, you're done.
Short story, yes. Comparison to a novel, a one-act comparison to a full-length play, yes. It's a good comparison, right?
People who are theater goers in New York may have actually seen Vincent Pastore, not just on the Sopranos on TV, but you were on Broadway 2 or 3 years ago in the big... Chicago, yes.
Bullets Over Broadway for 40 Allen.
Right. Can I ask about Bullets Over Broadway? Because I saw that production and I had a great time. I thought it was great fun.
Oh, okay.
I thought it would be a hit.
Yeah.
What? Did you get a sense at some point that it wasn't going to be?
Everybody was after Woody.
Oh, do you think that's why? Because of
That's what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not bringing all that stuff up now. They brought it up as soon as the play opened.
So you think it was just
somebody didn't want that play to be a hit. We had everything against us.
Right. I mean, the critics basically said they were a little angry that he didn't use new music. He didn't have a new score for the show. But you're saying no, it was all about Woody.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
We all know Woody with his music from playing for years and years and years on Monday nights, some club in the city with his saxophone. He loves that era of music. The play takes place in the 20s. It's about the roaring 20s. You can't go up and put original music to a piece like that. It's not going to work. What worked is that you had music up there that people knew and related to. They weren't watching Jersey Boys. They weren't watching the current show about, the Beatles or anything. They were listening to stuff by Louis Armstrong and Cab Calloway and all that back then, I mean, there was even a song, Running Wild, was from Some Like It Hot. But originally, all these songs came out of the 20s.
Well, there are composers who can write in that style. If both Kander and Ebb were still alive, they probably could have done a score in the 20s style. Yeah. Maybe Flaherty and Aarons could have done that.
But that's not what Woody wanted.
Ah, there you go. Okay.
That's like same thing with Marty Scorsese when he did Goodfellas and Mean Streets. He would grab songs from his rock and roll vault and throw them into the movie. And all of a sudden, you're watching a montage of guys getting murdered, and you're listening to Eric Clapton.
I know.
And actually,
yeah,
the song was kind of a sleeper until Goodfellas came out, and then everybody knew the song Layla, even the wise guys. Yeah, a soundtrack is very, very important.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to say anything and throw darts, but I had recently seen a new production out of town. And I'm not going to say the name of the play because my friends put this play up.
Uh-huh.
I was hoping to see music from the 60s in this particular play. And they did all original songs. And for me, it didn't work.
I mean, that's the gamble that you take. That's, you make a decision.
The gamble is when you do original music.
Oh, yeah.
That some of the songs, you're not Rodgers and Hammerstein. Some of the songs may not work. And maybe, for instance, Once is a great, great play. It was a great movie. But what made Once so good was the music.
Oh, yeah, but that was original, lovely music, and it was actually...
That was different.
Right.
But if you go, sometimes original music was applied to a piece, and it doesn't work.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's always...
Not everybody's Lloyd Webber, right?
No, of course. And well, I mean, Lloyd Webber's doing a mix in School of Rock. Some of the music is new. Most of it is apparently hits.
Right, and like Cats is coming back to Broadway. That music is a classical, memory and stuff.
Right, of course.
Anyway.
Now, can I ask, when you were working on Bullets Over Broadway, do you have any memories or anecdotes of working with, or you weren't directed by him, but of Woody Allen being there?
Woody was there every day.
Right, so any funny anecdotes or anything he told you that was interesting, or...
Woody was very precise on the delivery of jokes.
Give us an example.
Well, he would come to a performance, and then the next day, this was during previews, and if we didn't get a laugh from a certain joke, he would come up to us via Susan Stroman, the director, and tell us to deliver it in a different way. Not change the joke, but deliver it in a different way. And sometimes we would even change the joke.
Okay, well, that's what you do.
I think we'd rewrite the joke and say this tonight.
And he was usually right, I assume.
Well, of course he was. I mean, the guy's a genius. He knows how to deliver jokes.
This is true.
Now, and then one night, I finally brought down the house with the laughter, and the first thing he said to me the next day, because he would sneak out at the end of each show, but the next day he came up to me, he says to me, "See, they laughed."
Oh. Hey, any memories of...
And I said, "Finally."
Well, right. Well, it takes... You never know.
Listen, Rabbi,
yes.
Maybe the joke wasn't working.
Right. Yeah. Well, he made it work, and you figured out how to make his new version work, and then it started working.
Right.
That's what it's all about. Did you learn anything
He told me it was not to take a breath.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
just do it all in one string of words.
Yeah. He said, you take a breath, you lose them.
What did you learn from Susan Stroman?
I learned how to be a better actor.
Why? How?
Because she gave me a lot of confidence. I remember, because now I'm directing and I'm blocking my actors, and I'm telling my actors, and they go like this, "What's the blocking?" And I say to my actors, "Go find it." And that's what Susan did to me. She let me roam the stage like a lion, and then one day I looked at her, I said, "Where's my block?" And she said, "You did it yourself."
That's a great way to do it. Where's organic, as they say.
Yeah, and what was happening is that each performance was getting better and better each night, and we were taking gambles, and we weren't really going away from what was locked in because there's a lighting issue. But you may one night the performance, you're not as close to the other actor, and the next night you may go right up to their face,
Right, so you have some leeway, even if there's a wash of
as long as
lights.
you don't mess with the lighting.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what's important, which I tell the guys, especially I'm doing a play written by Richard Viteri. It's called Kids Menu, and it was like the cart came before the horse. We already knocked it off as a short film.
Oh.
Myself, Paul Bugasi, Richard Viteri, we knocked it off already, and then we decided, let's do the way it was really written, which was a play, because the film, you have so much time to get the film done, while a play, there's not a cutoff. You understand? Nobody's telling you when to go home with a play. Some plays run 3 hours.
Oh, I see. So you can play with it on stage. Some nights
you can do things on stage that you couldn't do in a film, because you have editing, you want to get some exteriors in there, and a short film should not go over 12 minutes. But a play can go as long as you want.
Well, you can't make a 12-minute play 3 hours. I mean, there's
no. Then it's not called a short a one act.
Yeah.
But you could go. A one act could run up as long as an hour.
Oh, absolutely.
One act means no intermission.
Right. Let's remind people that they can see your direction of Kids Menu by Richard Bataire, as well as your writing and directing your own play, Mama's Chair, and someone who has been...
Iced, written by Pam Scott and directed by Pam Scott.
And Pam Scott has been on this program. She was on this show a couple of years ago. So it's all family now, kind of. It's famille. And you can see a Renegade night of one act. It's at the Crane Theater on East 4th Street, running from March 29th to, April 3rd or 4th?
Yeah, April 3rd. Let me talk to you about Renegade.
Okay.
And this is a good way to talk about what's happening. When I left The Sopranos, I worked with little Steven Van Zandt on the Sirius radio. I had a show called The Wise Guy Show.
Okay.
And we ran for 5-6 years. I became friends with his wife, Maureen. I knew her from the show, but we became friends, and we wind up doing a couple of plays after Sopranos was over. We did Golden Boy. We did a few other plays.
When you say we did, you produced it?
Maureen. We produced it. We acted in it together.
Oh.
We got the plays up. So what happened is Maureen and I, over the period of time, decided to form an acting company. And we used the name Renegade because that's Little Steven's production company, Renegade. They're down on 10th Street, 10th and 6th. Don't go down to stalk them, folks. But that's the name of his production company, and he gave us permission to call it Renegade. So Renegade comes from Little Steven.
Huh. Okay.
And it's his wife. She's the artistic director. She is producing these plays. You know, she helped me pick the plays. She comes to the rehearsals. She's helping with wardrobe. She's helping with promotion. And we plan on doing more one-acts down at the Crane, and we also plan on doing some full-length plays down there. But we also work at the Cutting Room over on 33rd and Park, and we go in and we do readings there. So the Renegade has come to life.
I mean, I think that's wonderful. The more off-Broadway...
We lost an actor from the company, Jack Ferry, and we put together an evening of scenes and music, and we were able to raise $20,000 in one given night for Jack Ferry's family.
Nice.
That's how strong Renegade is right now.
That's wonderful.
You know? And we're really, really happy. I'm happy that Maureen said, let's do some of your plays. So, because the next adventure we're going to attack is that she wants to revisit my full-length play, Crazy Horse, and she's going to direct it for me. And that's the period piece about rock and roll in the 80s, is similar to vinyl, and you know what I'm saying?
Right, okay.
We're hoping that Renegade is going to make some noise in New York.
Are you working on any other plays, full-length or one-act?
Right now, I mean, I'm talking to you on the phone. I'm promoting what we're doing in a couple of weeks, and then I do my film work. I run around. I do my film work. I have a band, rock and roll band. You know, I have my house up on City Island. I got my guy working on a house right now. I'm helping him. So my life is full.
Absolutely. Are people afraid of you when they meet you? Because of, well, you're a big Italian guy and you were on The Sopranos. Do you get a sense of, like, they're mixing the person with the persona?
No, that doesn't happen.
No?
Why would they be afraid of me?
Well, I mean, you're...
a big pussycat.
In a manner of speaking. Can I ask, was that a tough shoot for you, literally shoot, that last thing that you had to do on the Sopranos program when you knew your character was going to die? Well,
I mean, I've been in similar situations.
What do you mean you've been in similar situations?
What?
You've been in similar situations?
Yeah, where a character gets killed in a movie or
a character,
on stage. I mean, it's part of acting.
But for The Sopranos, that was so important and big for you and such a watershed.
But people don't understand that it really took off after I was off the show.
Oh, okay.
We knocked off 13 episodes, and we had no idea what was going to go on with these 13 episodes. And they aired it, and then they said you guys got picked up. And we went back to work for the second season, and people started showing up on the set.
Right.
For the first year, nobody came around. You understand?
Yeah, of course.
In the second year, there was all this hype going on about this new TV show called The Sopranos. We're filming the second season, and the first season is being on television.
Right.
So people started to come around. But you didn't get the viewing audience from the first couple of shows. Those millions of people didn't pick up until a while, and then some people started to see it in reruns and getting caught up. So when I was assassinated or killed off the show, we were just about to go into the peak, but when it aired, I was off the show already, and I was doing movies.
So it was already kind of out of your mind, and it was a post, you got the wave afterwards, which is maybe some...
Yeah, and what happened is that it really, really gave my career a great jump start, because when producers saw that I was killed on The Sopranos, and they said, oh, he's available, the phone was ringing off the hook, because here they're getting a guy that was on a hit show called The Sopranos, and they can get him in the movies and other TV shows. I was doing The Practice, I was doing Bull, I did a movie with Favreau called Maid, I did The Hurricane. I was on a roll. Serving Sarah with Matthew Perry. I was on a roll. Going to Scotland, doing American Cousins, working with Guy Ritchie. I was on a roll.
Now,
because the other guys were not available. See, when you're working with Sopranos, you can't go out and do a movie. You're under contract.
Yeah.
So my contract was released because I got killed. So my doors opened.
And you did a lot of reality show. Why did you choose to do a lot of that?
Everything. I did Apprentice with Donald.
Oh. Gotta ask you. Are you going to vote for him? You were on his show.
About who I'm voting for?
Yeah, I'm sorry?
I won't tell you. Who you voting for?
Oh, if I could. Look, I'm a rabbi. Who am I going to vote?
Oh, so you're not going to vote?
Bernie. Well, but if Bernie doesn't win, Hillary. That's who I'm...
Well, you're a liberal.
Oh, yeah. Extremely.
Yes, and if I told you that you know who I wanted to vote for, I may lose half of my popularity. So I keep quiet.
Okay, that's fair, but you can tell us about your experience, maybe not on camera.
Donald.
What
happened on The Apprentice is that there was the second time they brought back the Celebrity Apprentice. It was the second time. There was a break, and then they brought it back again. And I was there with Leonard Lewis and Pierce Morgan and Mary Lou Hanna. We had a wonderful, wonderful cast. And I got very close with Donald.
Oh.
We connected. We did. He likes street guys. He does. He likes the athlete. He likes street guys. And Donald and I got close. And I was very happy to raise $50,000 for my ex-wife's husband's charity, which is her charity, which was Lust Garden, because Mitchell Burke, nice Jewish kid, he died from pancreatic cancer. And when that happened, I said to Nancy, my ex-wife, the mother of my daughter, the grandmother of my grandchild, I says, I'm going to do something for Mitchell. And I handed Nancy a check for $50,000 down in Little Italy. She didn't know what she was getting from me. It was right on television. Boom. So without Donald, I would have never been able to do that. You understand?
I think that is a lovely...
Without Donald Trump, I would never been able to give $50,000 to Nancy for pancreatic cancer.
Okay. Can I ask, was he a little different off camera than he was on, or everything was on? Well, you said you became kind of chummy. So is there a different Donald when the Klieg lights go off? And
I'll give you a story. I was being honored at City Field.
Oh, okay. Wow.
For being in the service, and they had me up on the screen and everything. And I didn't know Donald was sitting in a seat. He sits in back of home plate. He's a big Met fan. So somebody said, Donald's over there. And this was, sometime after I finished The Apprentice. I walked over, and Donald said, that was nice. They honored you, blah, blah, blah. And we were talking. And he said, Vinny, anytime you want to use my seats, you know how to get in touch with me. I said, yeah, I'm more of a Yankee fan, but thanks for the offer.
Okay.
And I said to him, when are you going to run for politics? And this was maybe 4 years ago. And he says, I got something up my sleeve. And I said, I thought he was going to run for governor.
Right.
Are you going to run for governor? He said, maybe something bigger. He knew he was running for president back then.
Wow. Well, and maybe you helped put that idea further into his head.
No, I didn't help put anything in his head. He just knew.
Whoa, that is a great story.
He knew. You don't just all of a sudden come out and say, I'm running for president like,
He's got to get the wheels in motion.
He knew he had to have the money to back him up. He used his own funding. He knew he had to go down a certain path. And I'm sure he confided with his family and said, this is what I'm going to do. So when I said to him, oh, yeah, what are you running for governor? He says, maybe something bigger.
Well, we are delighted to have your size and heft and bigness with us in the Daverhood. I know you have to run.
All right, let's go over to 1X.
Okay.
The Heist, written by Pam Scott, directed by Pam Scott, starring Warren Bobb, Richard O'Brien, Peter Evangelista. Mama's Chair, written by Vinny Pastore, directed by Vincent Pastore, starring Alessandro Cola, Artie Pasquale. Kids Menu, written by Richard Viteri, wonderful New York playwright, directed by Vincent Pastore, Kerry McCann, I always say Kelly, Kerry McCann, Ernie Mingione, and Nick Way. And we open Tuesday night, March 29th, and you can get tickets by going to horsetrade.info. Horsetrade.info.
Vincent Pastore, one last question for you, and then I'll let you go.
Are you coming to my show?
I would love to come to your show. I'm in Colorado. And I like Pam Scott.
Call up your buddy, Ezev.
Oh, no.
Hey, your tickets. Tell him Vinny said, take care of Vinny. Take care of me.
You put me on a plane, I'll go. How's that?
Where are you?
In Colorado. Beautiful.
What in Colorado?
Like Rocky Mountain.
Weed?
Huh? Sorry?
It's legal out there.
I know. I don't do it. The only herb I have is like on the chicken rub that my wife makes.
Oh, see, I'm a cancer survivor, so I smoke a lot of weed.
Oh, I did not. Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've been through hell.
No. Oh, so that takes care of nausea during chemo, or why do you do it?
Well, during my radiology, yes, it was helping me with the nausea. I've been a marijuana smoker since the 60s. It brings down my stress level.
Oh, okay.
And it brings your PSA level down. Yeah. My doctor said if it was legal in New York, he'd give me a prescription.
Do you think, well, maybe you can call Donald and say, hey, if you become president...
I don't think he'll endorse that, no.
Oh, well.
No, he don't want to see a bunch of people smoking pot. No.
Well, actually, speaking of food, last question I have to ask you, and then I promise I will let you go, but how's the broccoli wad doing?
It lost. It didn't do well at all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what happened is that the guy, John, the producer, the manufacturer of the broccoli wad, he didn't go with Barbara on the deal, although you think he did on television.
Well, you stepped in and sort of saved the
deal.
deal.
He closed the deal, and then we walked out. We went down. Him and I were walking to Venice Beach. He says, I'm not going in that deal. I said, you told everybody on television.
Ooh.
I just want to get some free time. I says, holy smokes.
How do you like that? Oh, well.
Well, guess what? He's not doing anything with that, you know?
Well, yeah. Well, come on. It was kind of a dumb idea. Let's be honest.
Well, if it was a dumb idea, why did Barbara want to invest $50,000?
Because there are dumb ideas that have made bazillion bucks. You know.
Wasn't that dumb?
I still love my pet rock. I take him for a walk every weekend. I'm kidding.
Take your pet rock for a walk?
Well, yeah. I mean, otherwise he sits around and gathers moss.
I'm telling you, it was really good talking to you. So when is this thing ever going on television? Radio?
Radio. It's a radio program. We're going to get this interview on, obviously, before your plays.
I hope so.
Yes, okay. We promise. We're going to do this.
Are people going to go to Box Office and say, Dave sent me?
I hope so, because I get the feeling if they don't, you're going to come after me. So it's going to be at the...
Dave sent me.
Tell him Dave sent you when you go to see a night of one acts by the Renegade Theater Company featuring...
What I love about the East Village is the food down there.
Oh, well, I can... Do you have a favorite restaurant there?
No, I go anywhere. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I like to eat the Russian food down there.
And let's not forget Katz's.
Katz Deli?
In the Lower East Side, yes.
That's over on...
2nd Avenue and something.
Yeah, I like Katz. I love Katz.
Who doesn't? Not the musical so much, but the food.
No, Katz Deli.
I know. That's what
Houston and over... I don't know where it is. I go by it every morning. I know where it is.
Well, again, it has been an absolute...
Rabbi.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
If I wasn't a Christian Catholic, I'd come to service.
Oh.
A wonderful man.
Well, that is, to hear that from Big Pussy is
yes.
a wonderful
I won't say Happy Easter, I'll say Happy Passover.
Thank you. Thank you, and I will say happy playwriting and directing to you. Shalom to you, Vincent Pastore.
I'm really glad we talked. It's really nice. Thank you. God bless you. All right?
You too. Thank you. Shalom to you.
Bye.